Shalom, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Shabai from the GMS Denver camp. And today I'm going to go in on this Titus, the second chapter, through the Holy Spirit. Starting out at the top, verse 1, it says, "But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine." Okay, so the important thing is we need to always speak sound doctrine. When you're teaching on the lessons, when you're teaching on the street corners, you have to have sound doctrine. You don't want to be leading the flock astray. You don't want to be, you don't want to teach unsound doctrine. The second you teach something that's not sound according to the scriptures, according to the true breakdowns, that the elders have taught, that starting out with our elders, our beloved elders, hey, listen, we got to teach sound doctrine. There's no ifs, ands, or buts when it comes to this knowledge and teaching. It has to be sound, okay? Let's get the second verse. It says that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience, okay? So the aged men, hey, and this goes for all the men, you need to be sober, you need to be sober when it comes to, physically sober, meaning you're not drunk, you're not, on any type of, under the influence of anything. But the main thing is this sober is talking about also that sound doctrine. You don't want to be teaching a false doctrine, which is, false wine, right? The scriptures, the understanding, the philosophy, the doctrine is likened unto wine. So we don't want to be given that Babylonian juice, or it goes into really the sound doctrine. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things. All right, and so the women, they also have a responsibility, and really, we don't really include the women with the doctrine, with the not with the doctrine, but with the ministry. Okay, because we know that the teachers are the men. The women, they can teach, but they have to teach other women, or the women, younger than them. Like, for instance, in Babylon, you have these women. Anybody can be a teacher in Babylon, right? Emotional women going off that things are not lining up with the scriptures, that's unsound doctrine. The word testimony, to testify, it goes back to testicles. So you have to have a set of testicles. You have to have some nuts to teach. All right, that's one way we know that the prophets are men, okay? Because testimony goes back to testicles, okay? Revelation, 21:3, it says, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men." All right, and that's the point right there. So the tabernacle, another word for tabernacle is church. So the church of the Most High is with the men, okay? Also, we can go to Ezekiel, is it 34:31? It says at the bottom of your screen, it says, "And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture are men, and I am your power, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Most High." Okay, so the flock, the prophets, the servants, the 144,000 are men. Okay, so let's see, go back to Titus 2. in verse 4, it says that they may, talking about the women, it says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands and to love their children. Okay, so you can't be a woman teaching another man in this ministry, or you have a little something, you're an Israelite, you want to, you start to watch your husband's videos, if you have a husband who's in this truth or in this ministry, and you start to learn a little something. That don't mean you can go buck wild like these pagan Christian women. They go out there and some of these women are leaders of churches and they teaching men. That's out of order. Okay, the women are not to teach anybody but other women, and really the young women, maybe the young women in the family, But you got to teach them to be, if you are a woman listening to this, you need to teach them to be sober, to love their husbands and love their children. And sober means sound doctrine. So you can't, like I remember I was dealing with this woman, and she had a daughter, right? Because that's how it is in Babylon. You date a woman, a lot of these women have kids already, right? And her daughter was she's already an adult, right? She's like 21 or so. But I remember her daughter was having problems with the dude she was dealing with. And I remember the woman I was dealing with, she was giving her some fucked up advice, Oh, you need to find somebody better. You gotta find somebody better, this and that, and the third, right? That's that Babylonian mindset. That's not sober-minded. If you're in this truth, or you have a husband in this truth, and you have, like in that case, she had a daughter, and she was teaching her daughter to basically be a whore, saying, hey, go find another man. No, you already done made your fucking choice. You were already laying with that man. You were already, because these people don't understand that sex is marriage. They think that they can be like the men and have multiple partners, and it's not, it ain't no thing, So that's what it's talking about. You got to teach, and that's why we really don't deal with the women when it comes to the ministry. You may have a woman, or you may have a girlfriend, which that would be your wife. If you're popping her, she's your wife, according to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. So, that's why this thing gets tricky for these women, because they don't want to accept that truth. Okay, it says verse 5 here, to be discreet, and this is still talking about the women, to be discreet and chaste. Let's get those words real quick. Let's see here. So discreet, it means, or here, let me see. This is how you say it first off.
Strong's G 4998. Sothro.
Let me turn this music down. Okay. So, oh shit.